Hello and welcome to So Fantastic with Tiwa Avanti. Today I'm going to be showing you how to draft this beautiful illusion yoke bustier. It's not just a regular yoke, it has this cutout and it also features a stand-up collar or a mandriancollar. So this is what we're doing today and let's jump right in. Okay, so I have my basic bodice block. I have traced it without the waist shaping because I want to explain how to do the waist shaping in this video. So to shape this pattern, I'll divide my actual waist circumference by 2, note that down, and also add the measurement I have on the front and the back pattern together. I'll go ahead to subtract my waist divided by 2 from this addition. So after all of that, I arrived at 17.5 cm. I'm going to share this dart on the front, the back and the sides of this pattern, and I'll be taking out 5 inches for the waist dart in front and then 2.5 at the center back for the zip shaping. I'll take 2 at the back and 3.5 cm at the sides of both the front and the back. So for where my dart is going to be located, I measured. You can divide your bust point to bust point measurement by 2 and mark that, or your across front measurement divided by 4, like a quarter of your across back measurement, and mark that from the center front. At the back, measure a quarter of your across back measurement and mark that, and the length of this dart is going to be 13 cm. Between 13 to 15 cm is fine. After doing all of that, connect your dart. Okay, at the side front, don't just connect straight, mark 4 cm down from the bust line and then connect from that 4 cm to the waist shaping, to the side waist shaping. Okay, so this is so that when you cut, it will accommodate the curve of the bust a little bit. Okay, so with that sorted out, the next thing to do now is the underbust tightening. Measure your underbust length, that is your shoulder to underbust measurement, and then rule across. So this will be the underbust line. Next, divide your underbust by 4. Okay, so next, divide your underbust measurement by 4 and measure that on the underbust line from the center front. Now mark here, that is where it stops, where your measurement stopped, and place your tape from the marked point to measure what is left. So this will be your underbust tightening. So go ahead to share this on both sides of the dart leg, and also notice that I started from this point here because this part is already going off, like when I connected the side of the pattern. And mark your neck depth, and I'll be sticking to 7 cm that I normally use. It's up to you to determine how low you want the bustier neckline to be. So shape the underbust per usual. I won't be doing 100% shoulder tightening today. When working on styles like this, I prefer to use this simple method. I'll just mark out 0.5 inch on the shoulder dart legs and connect to point D. So you can reblend the underbust tightening curve also. And I'll go ahead to label my pieces and cut. Remember to align the neckline as shown to make it easy for you to sew, so that one side will not be longer than the other when you're sewing. Before we work on the yoke, let's draft the back. So grab your back pattern, and you can actually do this however you like, but this is how I want to do mine today. Lower the bust line at the center back by 1 or 2 inches. So next, measure what you have along the armhole of the yoke of the front, the front yoke armhole. Transfer this to the back armhole, then connect to your back neck depth. Okay, so I'll be cutting out the back dart completely. But before I do that, let me just do a bit of tightening at the back too. After doing the tightening, cut out the dart, and okay, I'll tape the pieces together because I'm not interested in sewing any darts here. Okay, also remember to cut out the back shoulder dart if you have one, on the yoke part, and reblend into the armhole. Also check that the neckline of the bustier and the yoke are the same width. Okay, but most of the time the yoke is usually longer, and this is because of the tightening that has been done. So I'll just close the original dart and cut out the excess at the side along the armhole. Alright, and for the back too, I'll do the same thing to make sure that the yoke and the bustier are the same. Okay, and also I'll check that the shoulder slant of the back and the front yoke are equal. I'm going to mark about 1.5 inches from this side of the neckline, and I'll take that all around the neckline of the yoke. I'll do the same for the back and connect, then go ahead to cut. For the stand-up collar, measure the neckline from the neck depth all the way to the top of the front and the back, and note both figures down, sum them up, and then the next thing to do is to determine the height of the collar. I'm just going to use 1 inch here because this looks like a 1 inch collar to me, but it can be higher, it depends on what you want. So on fresh paper, just rule a guideline up and across, rule a vertical and horizontal line. From this corner here, measure the center back neckline on the horizontal line and mark that. From this point that you marked, also measure the front neckline, measure the front line, and this point where the back neckline stops will be the shoulder joining. So we're assuming that the joining of your shoulder is going to land somewhere around here. At the center front, okay, go up by like half an inch and mark that. You can also square up that line. For better understanding, this is the center back, okay, and this is where the shoulder joining will be, and this is the center front, okay. So after that, mark the collar height, and I'm using 1 inch like I said earlier. So I'll mark 1 inch at the center back first, and then I'll now take a straight line from there and stop at the shoulder joining line. At the center front, I'll mark 1 inch also from the 1/4 of an inch that I marked. I'm now going to connect to the shoulder joining. So you can add all your allowances or mark it on the fabric. So when you're cutting this, cut the back, cut the front unfold, and the back is not going to be joined together, so that you can have your closure there. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. I hope that you enjoyed it. I actually really enjoyed making this tutorial because I love this style so much. Stay awesome, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.